Hello and welcome to a video you probably didn't subscribe for. I'm just doing it because it's, I don't know, it's nothing special really. Maybe it's something special for me because I'm a very nostalgic boy and I like to, I just sometimes just sit for hours having all pictures I've ever taken on my phone and just sitting there and checking out the things I still, yeah. Anyway, so this thing behind me used to be a background for videos I did on YouTube about tech. I had like this little tech channel called Matrix. I know it's extremely original. It was a German tech channel. I didn't have a lot of subscribers, but I had like a little community. Yeah, I've never been that successful on YouTube, even if I do that thing for a very long time now. But it's just like, you know, it's this little part-time job you never get successful at because you never really invest a lot of time into one single concept. I just do videos about stuff I like to do and I lose interest very quickly. This video is not about me crying about me not being successful. No, today we're gonna do something very special. Some might say you have to wait 5 years to do such a video. I've waited, okay. I've waited 5 years because I'm gonna react to myself. 5 years ago on that tech channel, I made a video where I tried to think about the state of technology, like consumer electronics, in the year 2020. Oh yeah, and one little quick thing. This video is in German, so I didn't want to bore the shit out of you, so I dubbed it in English. So yeah, whatever, let's get right into it.
I've asked myself how things are gonna be in the year 2020. Things like the state of technology, the economy, politics. Who knows what happens to Putin?
I guess nothing have really happened to Putin.
So every year brands release new generation devices. And every year they upgrade the tech inside a little bit. They put more RAM in them, better processors, or like an improved camera. And first we're gonna talk about the PlayStation 5. Because according to the previous release dates, the PS5 will come out in 2020. That's in 5 years, man. Or like in 0.8 World War IIs.
That's actually this year. It's not here. But I mean, I kind of predicted this thing's gonna come out in 2020, and I think it's gonna come out at the end of the year. Unfortunately, we don't know a lot of things about this console, but some numbers leaked. Maybe some of them are accurate, so let's just continue.
There are a lot of crazy ass rumors right now, predicting this device to be entirely cloud-based. No hard disks or Blu-ray drives, because that's going to be old tech in the future.
Yeah, something just cloud-based would be really stupid. I think we aren't there yet, but we have kind of something which goes in that direction. There's this gaming streaming thing where you play on the server, all the files, all the data stays there.
And the PS5 is going to have 128 gigabytes of DDR memory.
There are rumors that this thing is going to have 16 gigabytes of DDR6 memory, but I think I just have like a bunch of specs here. I think this is graphics memory. I don't think, I mean, obviously, right? GDDR6, am I fucking retarded?
And a 16-core processor with 3.6 gigahertz.
According to the leaks I'm having here right now, because we still don't have this console, it's gonna be an 8-core, 3.5 gigahertz. I think this is gonna be a kind of boring video.
And I kinda believe, at least it would be a cool thing, that Sony might swap the Blu-ray drive with a holographic disc technology. Those things are basically normal discs, they're round and shit, and they look like DVDs, but they can hold up to 1 terabyte of data.
Whoa, boy, okay, calm down. There has been this technology called holographic versatile disc, just like I said. I don't even think it turned to be a consumer thing at all. Having discs which hold up to 1 terabyte is fun and all, but I don't think it's gonna be the cheapest way to hold up a terabyte. And I don't even know why you need a terabyte of data on a disc. All right, there are like games like freaking Flight Simulator. The PS5 is gonna have a 4K UHD Blu-ray drive, and this kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
The big question is, what games are supposed to be a terabyte large? Maybe like super high-res 4K movies or sitcoms. I guess they could fit on it. Or maybe there's gonna be like 5K or 7K content soon.
Yeah, we still kind of have 4K. You can go into a store and get an 8K TV, sure. But there's like nothing you can really watch on it. Maybe if you trick around and you can play a game in 8K, but it's probably gonna suck.
In 2020 we will have the Samsung Galaxy S11. But I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna call it like that. My naming theory would be like Galaxy S XI, like the Roman numerals.
That's kind of interesting. Or maybe not, maybe because it was a very obvious thing. Yeah, sure, Samsung didn't name their device Samsung Galaxy S11. And they didn't name this thing Samsung XI. But Apple kind of used that naming for their 10th generation iPhone, iPhone X. But yeah, Samsung used a different name. They named this thing S20. So we had this jump from S10 to S20.
And I don't think that there's gonna be a huge leap in computing power with that phone. This thing will probably have something like 5 GB of RAM.
5 gigs of RAM. It's kind of cute. I think I used to have the Note 3 when I was recording that, and this thing had like, I think 3 gigs of RAM. If you get the S20 Ultra, you can have, I think, up to 16 gigs of memory. And there are a lot of phones that have 16 gigs. This thing has 12 gigs, which is freaking a lot. This thing has more memory than the computer I'm watching that. It's insane, all right? It's very much insane having that much memory.
The camera will have something like 26 megapixel.
First of all, my dear Anton from the past, it's not about the megapixels, okay? There are a lot of things which go into a good camera. Looking at the iPhone, which has, I think, 12 megapixels and is still one of the best cameras you can have. And I kind of didn't thought about, or I guess nobody thought about having multiple cameras on one device, like 3 cameras for tele, wide, and regular. If we talk about the S20 line, the S20 Ultra has like 108 megapixels, which is just outrageous.
I have no idea how powerful the processor is going to be. I can't even pronounce the name. Look at me, how stupid I am.
Oxynos.
It's Exynos. Alright? It's Exynos!
But after all, who the hell knows how shit's gonna be in 2020?
I'm kidding.
Maybe there is gonna be an entirely new form factor in terms of smartphones. I mean, brands are starting to make smartwatches right now. Or at least, Apple just started. Everybody else already left the party.
I remember that. When I recorded that video, there were a bunch of smartwatches, right? All of them were Android based, I guess, except for Pebble, whatever. And those smartwatches were pretty good, I liked them. I had the Moto 360, which was probably the best smartwatch you can buy because it was so minimalistic and well performing. And then Apple kind of dropped their Apple Watch, and my personal opinion was, well, it's pretty, but yeah, whatever, let's see. And of course, since it's Apple and they actually made a really good watch, this thing became the freaking golden standard for smartwatches. This thing became widely successful. And yeah, if we talk about a new form factor of smartphones, I think we kind of reached a very high point in terms of the classic form factor of a smartphone. It's not over yet, because the masses are still preferring the glass sandwich, front display, camera on the back type of thing. But we're kind of at the end of this journey. So there are already companies playing around with weird form factors, like folding phones, right? I can't flex enough. Having folding phones is maybe one way, but there are very legit rumors about Apple working on smart glasses. And if Apple drops something like that, it's gonna be huge, because they do it well.
And of course, let's not forget about that huge thing called Google Glass, which is still out there in the Google universe. And we're waiting for it to be finally released.
In case you were living behind a rock or something, they kind of released it. They released their Explorer edition. People hated it because of security reasons, because how dumb it looked and terrible battery life. So in 2017, this thing became an enterprise device. So like companies like DHL or General Electric are working with those things, but it's not a consumer thing anymore. Which doesn't mean there's never gonna be a smart glass. If Apple is gonna drop,
yeah, all those predictions are pretty exciting and stuff. And at the end of the day, it's about those things we don't predict. And I'm pretty sure the smartphone will die out anyway.
Oh, it's over. I just cut there. Well, a huge part of that 5-year-old video was not really trying to predict some numbers. It was more about being positive about the technology in the future. And I still think, even if it didn't happen yet, I still believe that the classic form factor smartphone we know today, which sells pretty good, this thing is not lasting forever. Obviously, right? It's such an obvious thought. It's like Samsung used to advertise the S3. It's your life companion. This thing is a personal device, a personal assistant. You're connected all the time. And right now you have this bottleneck, let's call it bottleneck, of having a physical thing in your hand, which you have to stare at. So maybe that's gonna change in the future. Maybe it's going to be more implemented into our body. I know it sounds very science fiction. It's probably where this stuff's gonna go. And stuff like folding phones is just a step in between. So yeah, it was very interesting to see that. I hope you're still watching this video. I hope it didn't come out very fucking boring. Anyway, future's gonna be bright, even at dark times like Corona times. And I really appreciate the time you spent on that video. If you like that video, I would appreciate one of those sweet likes down below. And I hopefully see you on the next one. If not, you might gonna miss out.
Hey, how about we spend some more time together, my dude? So check out this video right here. You can also press on that video as well. And don't forget to hit my stupid face.